Family members of recent murder victims in the state's largest city say the gun law changes being talked about at the state capitol just don't go far enough.
They say handgun owners should have to register every year so that the law enforcement can keep track of the biggest problem facing our cities today, that of handgun violence. News 8's chief political correspondent Mark Davis joins us live with more on what they want. Mark.
Hi, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. The mothers of some of these young people murdered in the state's big cities say that they empathize with the parents in Newtown, but that they have been crying for help for a long time.
I'm not here for tears right now. I'm here to let each and every man and woman in this, we have to have a solution.
Betsy Baldwin's son was murdered with a handgun in Bridgeport in the summer of 2010.
We need help in New Haven. We really need help in New Haven. And where are the guns coming from?
Thomas Moselle was killed with a handgun 1 year ago next month, found dead in the vehicle to the right in this photo. Just two of the hundreds of unsolved handgun murders of mostly young people in New Haven, Bridgeport, and Hartford over the past decade. Kim and Betsy were two of three mothers of handgun murder victims in those cities that came to the Capitol today to say that the governor's proposals to tighten the assault weapons ban and ban high-capacity ammunition and universal gun registration will not stop the shootings in the cities.
This is a handgun problem. It's just as urgent. It's, in fact, a bigger problem, and we need it to address it with the same speed that the governor is looking for those other issues.
The families of victims of handgun violence in the cities joined with the organization Connecticut Against Gun Violence, calling for annual registration of all handguns in the state in order to keep track of them and know where they are. But a spokesman for the state's gun owners says annual registration isn't needed and won't solve the illegal handgun problem in the big cities.
What we want is undercover agents to go into the big cities, find out who's selling the guns, find out where they're coming from, and stop car trunk sales.
Now, the governor's office telling News 8 late this afternoon that his proposals are meant to be just a first step in this process, and that other proposals like this one could end up being part of the big package when it's finished by the end of this legislative session. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.